Normally we can skip through this, but apparently not on this one. As far as this game goes, it actually, I actually think it finished. I don't know. It between like a five and a six because I feel like man, it could really be anywhere from 4 to 6. It's right in that middle range for sure. It's not like offensive in any way, quality wise. But it's also not exceptional in any way. It falls into a lot of horror tropes, including, of course, you know, the whole the dead killer, and we're not doing it. And it was a little bit confusing as to who Dumais was. Like, was he the FBI investigator that got obsessed with it? Was he the provocateur of the island? So it was a little bit muddled from that perspective as far as who the actual killer ended up being. I'm not sure why they didn't just reveal his face. That was a little bit strange because it's like, who is he to anyone? Unless it's a big twist, there's no reason to hide their face like that. Um, I know like horror movies like Halloween and such didn't, but a little bit different. Um, I would probably just say it's right in the middle. It's a five because it's like it's really not exceptional. It's not horrendous in any way. It's exactly what you would expect from a Dark Pictures anthology game. It's kind of classic horror in many aspects. It has a lot of bad tropes. It has a lot of decent characters. There's it does that like super zoomer thing where pretty much the only interesting character is the older one. It's Charlie. And of course the killer, but again the killer was a little bit muddled. Eh, I'd probably say four then. Yeah, we're gonna. Hmm. See, I sort of liked Kate. And like Mark is like okay, he's kind of a nothing character, you know? So as far as the characters go, I guess there's like two that I care about. There's Big Nose and there's Charlie. Like she was pretty decent. What she had to overcome and a little bit of her backstory was interesting. Charlie was kind of that middle-aged, not gonna strike it big kind of guy. So I could respect him. Mark is just kind of a nothing. Jamie is a nothing. Kate or Karen or whatever, the redheaded chick, she's just kind of like unlikable nothing. And that's pretty much the whole cast. I'm happy the dog made it. That was cool. Yeah, other than that, like, I mean, it was mostly mediocre, but overall, if you're going to have minimal gameplay, you have to have the writing to make up for it. And so that's why I would say, thinking on it further, it's more between a 4 and a 3. And so, because the killer wasn't terribly intoxicating, what I did like was the setting and the traps and kind of how he did his killing until the end when they could have just gangbanged the fucker. Like, there's 5-on-1. Why are you even running at that point? That made no sense. Even 3-on-1, it didn't make any sense. I realized they were women, physically weaker, all that. I get it. I respect them for respecting that. They didn't have like one woman be like, aha, I can overpower you all of a sudden. Like, that was admirable, actually. But when it's 3-on-1, you can just dogpile the fucker, especially when multiple of you have weapons. Like, she had the screwdriver, she could have shanked him while the other two were holding his arms. Like, easy peasy, easy GG, you win. Um, so I guess thinking on it a lot, the environments, the traps, the kills, the potential kills, I should say. So basically, the environments and the traps, some of the more tense scenes, those were well done. So I am going to give it the 4. I'm not going to lower it to a 3. We're going to stick to a 4, and we're going to say good setting, good setup, poor characterization, and poor execution, especially near the end. But weirdly enough, the characterization got a little bit better towards the end. But that kind of settles me right into a 4. It's below average. It's not anything terrible, though. So there we go as far as a review goes.